homesteading. I'm in the sugar bush today, and we are going to try to finish up tapping the maples. You know what? All last week in the evening I was tapping trees. We still have about 28 more pails to put up, and then I can actually finish up on the pipeline. You know what? It's a lot of work, but it is a lot of fun too. So I need to get this done because next week looks wonderful. Pretty well looks like we'll have a whole week of the sap running, so I don't want to miss any of that. So we better get tapping. We're gonna start tapping the trees out front of the sugar shack. We're gonna try to use as many of the steel pails as possible because they just look a little bit nicer. And then as we get farther away, I'll maybe use the plastic ones. I didn't get a chance to look at the chainsaw, so I don't know how it's gonna go, but we're gonna give it a try. Today I'm going to show you what you need to do to tap maple trees to make maple syrup. I may not get everything right, I may not be doing everything perfect, but one thing I can guarantee, if you follow what I'm doing, at the end of the year you'll end up with maple syrup. It's just one of those things, you know, people have different preferences how to do things. I learned from trial and error. We've been doing it for almost 20 years now. It's a lot of fun, but there's a lot of learning involved too. So I'm going to show you how to tap trees. This is what a sugar maple looks like. When the tree gets to this size, the bark's a little rough. And if you look on some of these trees, which one? I can't see it. Let's look. Okay, way up there, there's little white dots on the upper limbs, and they're like a fungus or something that grows on, and they pretty well grow mainly on maples. So if you see that, that's a good chance it's a maple. And here's another one here. A lot of the leaves still stick on the tree here and there, so this is definitely a maple tree. You can tap many different trees, but they seem to run at about different times, so you really need to be able to get out there and identify maple trees. It is definitely better to get out there in the summer and kind of mark out your trees, especially for a beginner. The next thing you do is only drill as far in as the length of the spile you have. You don't want to drill big long holes into the tree. You'll end up weakening down the tree, and you don't want to damage the tree. So you only have to drill about that far in. And another thing you want to do is drill on a slight angle down. So that's 90 degrees, about that. That way you make sure it's slanted down so it'll drain out all through the day. When it gets cold at night, it won't freeze in there, and then it'll take so much longer to start running in the morning. I have been fighting with this chainsaw. I didn't have a chance to actually try to fix it properly, so I've been fighting with it today. This one we can only put one tap, so we'll continue down the road. It's really important. You see, these are previous years, they're healing over. You try to pick a spot that isn't in line with any of them. So I'd probably put a tap here. And you're going to want to tap the southeast to the southwest side of the tree. That is where the sun hits the tree the most. Okay, so the chainsaw is running much better. So I got 2, 3, 4, 5. There's a couple more trees over there, and we'll put the buckets on. Man, this is deep. You know, it's definitely got colder. It has definitely got colder out there for sure. The wind is actually really starting to howl. It's kind of nice to have a spot to get out of the wind. Okay, so what I have is, I've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 steel buckets left. I'll see if I can find 6 lids. There's 3 there. 4, 5, 6. But I don't have a wire for that one. Is there one? Oh, there's one here. Actually, there's a few good. That's perfect. I like to keep the taps and lids all together when I take them off. Makes it so much easier when you go to put it on. You just put it up against the tree, tap it in, and it's already installed. The lid's in place. You know what? At first, I just did this because I'm lazy. I guess I never took it off. I just removed them out of the tree. But this is by far the fastest way you can actually put taps, lids up on the trees and the pails. It's the fastest way I've found, anyways.
Okay.
Remember last year I got the Home Hardware maple syrup backyard starter kit. I bought 2 of them. They're $44, so you get 5 complete buckets, spiles, and pails for $44. You can't beat that. So I bought 2 more of them this year. I bought 2 full kits last year, so I have 20 of these. And you can't beat this price. Some of these pails are like $9 each. It's just absolutely crazy. So every year I've been buying a couple of them, hoping that they just keep coming out with them, because man, that is an awesome deal. We'll start tapping the plastic ones. I have a number 8 drill bit in the drill. It seems to fit these good. They're called Tree Saver Spiles. There's smaller tapping surface, so it's supposed to be easier on the trees. And you know what? Maybe it is. So a number 8 drill bit fits this good though. Wow, sometimes you just gotta sit down for a little bit. This is actually getting a little bit nuts. I've been going at this for a little bit. The pails are almost going to be done. I haven't even started with the pipeline yet, so I just can't even imagine, but we'll just keep carrying on, and hopefully, and then we're going to be on to doing the pipeline. I don't know, I think it's about 3 o'clock. It's starting to get colder anyways, for sure, so I don't want to be doing this all night. But we just, but I'll just get done what I can. That's all you can anyways. All my pails are hung. I got a total of 45 pails hanging on the trees. You know what? I think I'm going to try to scrounge up 5 more so I can have an even like 50 pails on the trees. In essence, that would mean that I should get around 50 liters of maple syrup, because one tree will pretty well give a liter of maple syrup after it's all boiled. So the pails alone should give me at least 50 liters of maple syrup. I'm going to start on the pipeline. I'm not going to get all my pipeline up and running for sure. I just don't have enough time. But if I can get one running at least every night, I'll try to come out and do my best to get as much of the pipeline up and running as I can. That sure looks nice having all the pails up. I got all those over there. There's some more over there. I got all these done. These are the ones I got done in the week. after I make a few trips to the trees, it'll be easier to walk every day. So we do have a fair amount up. So I'm really hoping I don't have too much of my pipeline down. Most of the line looks intact, but we had a nice branch land here. I'll have to cut that and reattach it and get that to some sort of tension. But this one looks like it wouldn't take much to actually get it up and running. Well, so that knot ain't too pretty, but I think it's gonna work good. So there you go. I got the pails done. I got one pipeline up and running. I have a lot more trees to tap, but that's about enough for today. It's like almost 5 o'clock. I got to go back. I always think I can do so much more with the time I have, but this snow really slows you down. So, and you have to take it a little easy in the deep snow. At least have the pails and that one pipeline up and running. If it gets warm, maybe tomorrow I'll just try to tap a few more trees, get another pipeline up and running. Just take little bites at it. Every night this week when I get home from work, I'll try to tap some more. You know what? You can only do what you can do. So that's about enough for today, and you guys have a good one.